Hey, what's up guys, Jacob here, back on a video. This video I'm going to be going over Birdie's new changes in the winter update. First things first is that now he has a crouch heavy punch crush counter. So it's pretty cool, he gets cool combos off of it. You know, he gets a little better Oki than his other crush counter, but he loses damage. This does more damage and you get pretty good Oki off of that as well. So, or 50-50 Oki. He can also get a charge version, which gives him really good Oki. It calls a hard knockdown. The charge version of the stand heavy punch, which is pretty cool. But mostly the reason for having this crush counter is to utilize his V skills. So he can do a lot of things off his V skills, and he is plus. Main thing I found out was pretty cool is that you can throw a banana out and get a 50-50. You can trail behind your banana, somebody punishes it or jumps away. They can't really punish that well. I mean, they still can punish you. They just can't do a neutral jump and try to punish you, or they have to stop. They can get a jump into like DP, but the banana's gonna be there to trail you. It makes things safer, but not really that much safer. It's just a cool 50-50 thing that you guess now. You can trail behind the can as well if you don't want to worry about that. Now you can trail behind that. It's really cool. Only thing about this is that it's just creating 50-50 games pretty much off of this. It's not really gonna be like, what do you call it? Not be anything less too crazy. I mean, it's just gonna make Birdie more annoying to like just play against. It just gives Birdie a new approach to the game, which is cool. You know, a different approach, a different way to condition someone. You know, it's always great. You know, Birdies can take advantage of players not knowing this new stuff and blowing them up. There's also like a setup he gets in the corner with the banana, but you have to get the the farthest version of the crouch fierce crush counter, then you can get it. The problem is that you're not going to be really getting this. If you block a DP, more than likely you're going to be very close. And the thing is, when you're too close, the banana is going to be thrown out of the screen. I mean, you could build V gauge, you know, you can build some V gauge, which is pretty cool. But besides that, you have to be at the max distance if you want to get a setup. I mean, the cool setup, you get a mix of, 50-50. But you have to be from the farthest distance, which is really punishable on block. It's -9 if you do it from this close. That's the problem. Like another problem with the crouch fierce, you don't get the crush counter off of the farthest or from the longest range of the normal, which makes sense, but still. And the annoying part is that that's the only safe way of using this in the neutral is by doing that. You know, it's a setup thing in neutral. So most of the time you're gonna be using this crouch fierce when you're crush countering someone, and it kind of makes it bad because if you want Birdie's V skill utilized more, you're giving him an option to utilize it after a crush counter. That's, you're not commonly gonna get crush counters off of a punishable attack. That's the problem with that. Which makes it really annoying. I mean, it's cool. You could do some cool stuff, but that's weird too that you could do that. But I mean, you get some cool stuff, but it's mostly just a different approach to play Birdie to utilize his V skill. I believe that's what Capcom wanted to do. They wanted him to get more use for his V skill. In my opinion, I think it's more for V skill too, which is still makes it kind of iffy. Like it's just gonna be annoying. It's just gonna be more annoying. For example, like you could do this setup here, but he's still punishable. He doesn't really get much off of that. Well, he's +6, which is not bad, but it's not going to be something that's what do you call it? That useful, I think. Oop. It's cool. You can set up a lot of stuff against characters, and just play that annoying play with the V skill. You get a lot of. Bro, I keep resetting it, bro. All right. See, he doesn't really get much off of that. The most he is +6. I mean, he can get a trade if he goes for other options, but at the same time, it's not. You're sacrificing hits and stuff like that to. I mean, they go for certain options. You can't get a trade. Like for example, if Cammy went for a crouching medium kick instead to try to punish it, because I know that from like a far distance, you can punish this, right? You can't use stand fierce from too far, or you get whip punished. But so with that, with the setup that I was doing earlier, You know, if I do that, and she's using crouch and medium kick, I believe she'll get hit like that, and then yeah, you get it confirmed like that, depending on what they use to punish. But if a person labs this setup, they'll just learn that they can use a different option to punish. But most characters might have trouble with that. But in my opinion, it's just trying to make. They made this so you can. It makes the V skill 2 more, I guess, usable. You know, you can utilize it a lot more, but it's not really that crazy. You know, I mean, it's dope. You can make your, you know, your opponent's head steam a little bit more. You know, but at the end of the day, you're losing damage to get a setup on someone. It's fun. It makes birdie fun, but the only time he's a little more fun with, you know, using birdie's V skill is very fun. That's what makes him really fun to play. You know, making people go crazy with the V skill, you know. But it really messes things up when you have to get off a crouch heavy punch, or to really be able to use it in that way. Because, you know, using this, you know, to get the can out and stuff like that, you know, and tread behind it, it's not as fun. I mean, it is fun, obviously, but if they want to make his V skill a lot more fun, or just make the character more fun, just make some of his special moves cancelable into his V skill. Maybe not the V skill 1, but at least the V skill 2. His V skill 2, he sacrifices damage to get the bubble out, right? He can't defend himself when he's in the bubble, so at least make, like in Dan could do a special cancel off of his, or a V skill cancel off of his special move into his V skill, right? They gave Birdie that at least with his V skill 2, where you can just, you know, get the bubble out at least, you know. That would be dope. Maybe not V skill 1. V skill 1 might be a little too much, but at least with V skill 2, make his V skill 2 a little more fun to use. You know, it's not fun when you have to use a crouch fierce to get it out. To make that attack useful, you're only gonna be getting this off of, you know, off of some attacks. I mean, this is cool, but you know, it's still like iffy. I forgot about the crouch one too. Yeah, let me see the crouch one on Cammy stand fierce, to make sure. But I think it's not something that's gonna make Birdie that much more fun, in my opinion. I mean, it's dope. It's a different way, a different approach to play Birdie. Oh, I picked the wake up. But it's not gonna be anything too crazy, I feel like. Oh. Alright. So you could do that, I guess. Make some plus. But there's no 50-50. He just plus. He's too far to get a good 50-50 off of that. I'm pretty sure there's more options that you can maybe do, but I think they're not going to be real meaties. Like if I try to do a headbutt, for example, you know, that's not real, you know. Pretty sure you can just like kind of counter that. It's just going to make it more ambiguous right now. I feel like birdies can use this right now just to be more ambiguous, but at the same time you're losing a lot of damage when they could have just gave him more like fun stuff. Make him, you know, if he was able to special cancel into his V skill 2, that would be a lot more fun. You know, but I don't know, man. That might be too much. But yeah, this is cool. He also gets a setup in the corner. I don't know if I went over this already. He gets a banana setup, but only from the max range of it, I think. Hold on. You can get like a cross-up setup. That's the thing too, you have to be at max range, which you're not going to be most of the time when you're blocking a DP in the corner. Jeez. So you get like a cross-up setup. Go from the cross-up back to the front, which is really cheap, but it's not going to be that practical because you have to kind of move back a little bit from a crush counter. You know, it's not going to be practical, that setup, but it's a setup nonetheless. But yeah, I just feel like the crouch fierce could have been used a little more, you know. I mean, it's dope. The crouch fierce is dope. There's nothing wrong with the crouch fierce besides just you're sacrificing damage. That's it. It's really cool. It's fun, you know. But you have to get off a crush counter. You have to get a DP. It's a DP punish, you know, into a setup. So you can utilize his V skills a lot more in a very crazy way. You know, they give him a lot of setups. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of setups and all this stuff to use it. But no matter what, it's not going to be, you know, you get more optimal plays. I feel like the reason why they would do all this is to make Birdie more a defensive, you know, stopping power, but he doesn't feel that way. he feels more an aggressive character right now. He feels more of an offensive character right now. I don't think he's really a defensive character. That's my, I love playing Birdie for a defensive way, but the character's more leading towards like an offensive. He's more like passive aggressive, he can like lay me out with neutral, normals up close, stuff like that, right? But in terms of his defense game, makes him hard to get in on. They're kind of nerfing that, or they kind of nerfed that already with nerfing the crouch medium, and he's become more like an aggressive type of character now. More than like a defensive type of character, which is cool. But I wish it was a little more of a. But that setup, hold on. No. Okay. But yeah, I think it's cool. I think it's really cool, but it's not. I wish they gave a little more of a more utilization off of with his V skills than that. I mean it's cool. It's really cool. You can do a lot of stuff with it, but yeah. So the other thing I'm gonna go over is his forward heavy punch. But let me know if there was some things I didn't go over. I'm pretty sure I went over most of the stuff. But yeah. So next thing they gave him was his forward heavy punch. They changed it so that you're not put into a what's it called, like preemptive block stun or something. Like there's a thing where the character will go into a block position before the move like comes out, whatever. So now the character can move back or something. I mean, it looks like Cammy's blocking here. Maybe you can still walk back. Yeah, there's a thing called when you certain moves put the character in already a block animation before it even comes out, before they block the move. I believe they removed that from this, but that's kind of a nerf to it. I don't see how he's gonna be able to use this more. It's still -8, so might as well just block it and punish it. Then I mean, you get a bigger punish off of with punishing it, but I mean, I don't really think that was something that people really were having trouble with. But yeah, that was another thing they did, which I don't think really mattered. Yeah, they expand the box on bullet charge that triggers the opponent to block. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. They didn't really give him much besides that. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Yeah. So the big thing was the crouch fierce. It's cool. It's a cool thing. It makes Birdie a little more fun to play. It gives him a new approach to his setups and stuff. But at the same time, they should have given him a little more stuff with his V skill. His V skill too. You're sacrificing damage to get a crush counter to get all these setups off of. It's fun. That's what I feel like. It makes him a little more fun. But they could have made him a little more fun. But yeah, that's just me just wanting, more for Birdie. But it's so good. I understand. The character's already pretty good. He's more of an offensive character right now. You confirm and stuff and all that. That's what he's mostly made for right now. So I feel like this is gonna make it a little more fun to play that aspect of Birdie, to make people really, the head steam, when they have to worry about the can right behind them and trailing behind the banana with these new subs. It's cool. It's cool, but that's about it. There's not really much with that. I feel like I don't think they should give Birdie like much more besides cool V skill cancel. I think that would be dope, but I think that might be a little too much. So yeah, that's my opinion on the new stuff with Birdie. Hope I went through everything with the crouch fears, with the cool combos and stuff. I don't think I went over some of his what was it, special cancels or whatever into his V trigger, but that's pretty simple. You can do that even before the basic cancels into the V trigger. But yeah, just let me know what you guys think about this, or if you have any other opinions about the crouch fears. I hope I'm not deterring you guys from playing Birdie. I still think he's a good character. I just feel like they wanted to make his V skills more of a tool, more utilized. They shouldn't use only crouch fierce crush counter as an option to do so. He should be able to do it off of other moves that are something that he can use a lot more during the match to make him feel like this is being used, like to make you have fun with Birdie. Most of the time you can't even get more stuff of only besides doing EX headbutt. You know what I mean? That's the only time you can utilize stuff. And even then, it's not really that crazy, especially V skill too. Sacrificing defense, at least give him another cancel or special cancel into it, like Dan. But yeah, okay, I'm just keep ranting about it. Okay. So yeah, it's definitely gonna make it a lot more fun. But yeah, like I said, let me know about what you guys think with the character. With that, I am out. Thank you guys for watching as always. It's good to be back. Okay, see you guys later. Bye.